Good afternoon, students. Going ahead in chapters 1, we will now study about Karl Marx. Now, Karl Marx was born in 1818 in Germany. He was a philosopher. He had many political publications. He used to remove journals, papers, and books on political issues. And due to this, he was exiled from Germany, he was removed from Germany, and he spent the rest of his life with his family in London. Now, in the later half of the 19th century, he came up with a new school of thought about history. He formed a new thesis. According to him, history was not just about some abstract ideas, something that abstract means summary, okay, some central idea, some theme. बट इट वॉज अबाउट लिविंग पीपल. अगर हम हिस्ट्री के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं तो ऐसे जनरल टर्म में बात नहीं करें. हाँ, उस समय के लोग पत्थर की चीज़ें यूज़ करते थे, ओके, और दोज पीपल वेर नॉट दैट मच एडवांस्ड, या दे डिड नॉट लिव इन वन प्लेस, दे यूज टू कीप वॉन्डरिंग, दे हैड अ नोमैडिक लाइफ. एक जगह पे नहीं रुकते थे, एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे घूमते रहते थे पूरी ज़िंदगी. तो ये एक समरी हो गया उनके बारे में. तो ही सेड कि ऐसा स्टडी नहीं करना चाहिए, हमें पूरे उनके लिविंग को समझना चाहिए. बिकॉज ह्यूमन का जो रिलेशनशिप है, एक ह्यूमन का दूसरे ह्यूमन के साथ जो रिलेशनशिप है, दैट इज़ जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ नीड्स. What he meant to say was that every human is related to every other human because of need. और ये जो नीड है, ये डिसाइड करता है कि who is going to become the owner in this relationship and who is going to be the needy one. And this is a fact. I'll explain in a very simple example. Now, the relation between me and you. Now, your need is knowledge, and that knowledge is with me. Okay, so this is our student-teacher relationship. So same thing he said, that if we go back into the history and we see that why today we are having this kind of relation with everyone, why today some people are rich, why today some people are poor, why today some people are owners, why today some people are workers. To study this, we have to go back into the history. Now, here I would like to mention something very interesting about the classes. Now, you know that in mankind we are having classes, upper class, lower class and all. How did it all start? Okay, now very nicely it has been mentioned by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru in his book Discovery of India. In that he has explained that how these classes came into. When man is born, he is not born with the classes. No, just I'm explaining you with, though it is out of the scope of the book, but still so that you understand what he wanted to say. Imagine a village of say 10 people. 10 people staying together at one place, a village, a hamlet, anything. Now here, in the very, very earlier days, one person used to do all of his work. All of his work means getting up early in the morning, going say 1.5 kilometer, getting water from the well for him, stitching his own clothes, making his own footwear, cultivating his own crops. Means each and every work, whatever which is needed to survive, he used to do for himself. Okay, so there are 10 people. So there are 10 people who go every day in the morning to get their water. There are 10 people who make their own footwear. There are 10 people who stitch their own clothes. Now these 10 people cultivate in front of their house their own crops, whatever they want to eat. So this is how it was going. So here nobody needs anyone. Everybody is self-sufficient. Then, but we should not forget that every man cannot do everything. Some person has got some perfection in some particular work. So someone during that time must have noticed that one person is making very nice footwear, whereas other is stitching the dresses very nicely. One person is very strong and he has no problem in carrying water. One person is cultivating very nicely, he has got passion for cultivation. So they must have decided among themselves that since you are good at making shoes, you do one thing, you do only one work, that is, you make all the 10 shoes. The one who was cultivating was told to do only cultivation but for everyone. The one stitching good dresses was told to stitch dress but for everyone. And same way, one person would go and do only one work, that is bringing water from the well for everyone. So this is how the classes were made. So one person became cobbler, one became tailor, okay. And then further what happened, now when his next generation came, now because in the house footwear is being made, the children see right from the beginning and they also learned that art and they also started doing. So this is how the classes developed. They were not born as cobblers or tailors, but just because their oldest generation did this work very nicely, today that class has been developed and we say that he's a cobbler's son, so even he should be making shoes, which is not correct. So he stressed the idea that this human relationships, this classes has been developed just because of needs, just to fulfill the needs. Now there is one class who has got the power of production, okay. They have got the technology, they have got the knowledge, they know how to make things, they know how to make soaps, they know how to make cloth, okay, how the textile, how to weave the cloth. And there is another class who doesn't know anything, who doesn't have this knowledge, but they are in need of money. Now this class who has got the knowledge and the technology will use this class as a worker and get his work done, and in return give them the money. So this is how, because of this relationship, we got two classes of rich and poor. The one who is the ownership and one who is in the needy person. So he told that human relationships are shaped by the fundamental needs of the people and the ownership, as well as nature or prevalent means of production to meet those needs. So who decided who is going to be the giver and who is going to be the taker? कौन देगा और कौन लेगा, ये कैसे डिसाइड हुआ? ये नीड के ऊपर डिसाइड हुआ. मुझे ये चीज़ चाहिए लेकिन मुझे पता नहीं है कैसे मिलेगा. दूसरा है वो कह रहा है मेरे पास है, आई कैन गिव. सो हियर गिवर एंड टेकर का रिलेशन बन गया. सो ये जो भी क्लासेस बने हैं हमारे सोसाइटी में, डिफरेंट स्टेटस हैं, डिफरेंट क्लासेस हैं, ये इनइक्वालिटी है, ये किसके वजह से? इसका मेन बेसिस क्या था? लॉन्ग बैक द नीड्स. वो टाइम पे कौन गिवर था और वो टाइम पे कौन टेकर बना. तो ये चीज़ जो है वो आगे जा कर के फॉरवर्ड होता गया. अभी उस समय में किसी ने अगर एक छोटी सी फैक्ट्री डाली, नेचुरली नेक्स्ट जनरेशन में वर्कर क्लास का बेटा आके वो फैक्ट्री नहीं चलाएगा. जो ओनर जिसने फैक्ट्री स्टार्ट किया है उसी का बेटा चलाएगा. सो दिस इज़ हाउ द क्लासेस वॉज ऑल्सो कैरिड फॉरवर्ड जनरेशन बाय generation, and this led to a class struggle. Why class struggle? Because after 4-5 generations it is not necessary that cobbler's son will say नहीं मुझे नहीं बनाना है, मुझे ये नहीं आता है, I don't like it, I want to do something else. So according to him, the human history is the history of class struggle, making of classes. As the class that owns the means of production, economy exploits the rest of the classes. और क्यों ये struggle है? क्योंकि जब ये classes बन रहे हैं तो एक higher class है और एक lower class है. अब ये higher class always exploits का मतलब होता है फ़ायदा उठाता है, ओके. वो हमेशा lower class का फ़ायदा उठाता है. और ये सब चीज़ इसने अपने एक बुक में बहुत अच्छी तरह से लिखा है, and that book is known as Das Kapital, written by कार्ल मार्क्स. और पूरे वर्ल्ड में ये बुक को पढ़ते हैं, ओके.